The Husqvarna Viking Brilliance 75Q has a wide range of dimensional stitches, specialty stitches that are designed just for this machine. And what we're talking about first is applique stitches. So there are stitches in the machine that allows you to stop, place a piece of fabric in, it stitches it down into a shape, and then as it keeps going, you come back and you trim that fabric down like you would for an applique. So what I'm going to do is show you where you find these stitches, how to know how to go about making them, and then I'm going to link right up in a corner towards the end of a video we've already done on a Husqvarna Viking machine on how I actually sewed out applique stitches. So this is just going to get you to the location on this particular model, and then click on the video. We'll also put a link below to that video, and you can see a little bit more detail, how it's going to be stitched and then how it's going to be trimmed. To get to the applique stitches, touch and hold the pink tab at the top, and that will pop up all your stitches. Remember, you can go to the orange tab and also touch the zigzag tab over on the side. And here we get all of our stitch menus, and we're looking for the one that is all the way down at menu L. When you get into menu L, it's going to be called dimensional stitches. Now, there's actually quite a few different kinds of dimensional stitches in here, but the first ones are applique stitches. So you can see where it's kind of grayed out. That's where fabric is going to be placed. So when you touch the stitch, first off, we notice we need the S foot. Now, here's a couple things about the S foot. I'm going to kind of show you. Here's one stitch to compare to. See how on stitch number 1, the S foot is actually kind of miniaturized? That is indicating that this stitch is wider than it is going to appear on the screen. If I pick stitch number 6, see how this foot is really big? This will be actual size of the design. Now, how big or how wide? We're talking about this one's 17 millimeters wide, but when we go back to that number 1, touch the edit screen, we see it's 26 millimeters wide, so much bigger. So just keep in mind you're going to need some real estate on your fabric when you start to stitch. Let's go back to the stitch menu, because here is how you're going to be reminded what to do. Start by touching the question mark and then touch the stitch. It's going to tell you what kind of stitch it is. It's an applique stitch. The first step is to activate the needle down function. So when you start to stitch, you're going to need to have the needle down function engaged. Next, when the machine stops, place applique fabric from behind. So the foot's going to lift up and you're going to put that fabric behind the needle and then sew until the machine stops again. And that's what you're going to do as you start to practice and learn how an applique stitch is to be stitched out on a Husqvarna Viking. So here's the link right up here in this top corner. Click there to continue watching how to make an applique stitch. Make sure you check out all of our videos that we have done on this machine. There's a playlist link in the description of all the videos that we have done on this beautiful machine.